Saying the book involved Russia, as Woody Allen did, is not a demonstration of comprehension, it is a demonstration of memorization. Using knowledge of the text type and purpose to make predictions about discourse structure, using knowledge about the author to make predictions about writing style, vocabulary and content. Paraphrasing, stopping at the end of the section to check comprehension by restarting the information and ideas in the text. Hello students, I am Anil, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In this session, we are going to look at the reading comprehension. What is reading comprehension and what are the things you need to remember when you attempt this section in your paper? So what is reading comprehension? I took a speed reading course and read War and Peace in 20 minutes. It involves Russia. Woody Allen, US movie actor, comedian and director. Saying the book involved Russia, as Woody Allen did, is not a demonstration of comprehension, it is a demonstration of memorization. Asking one to only recall facts demonstrates the lowest level of assessing a reader's degree of comprehension. Comprehension is a learning process. It is the ability to understand and gain meaning from what has been read and being able to communicate this information to others. It is the reason for reading. So here you have to understand this. I took a speed reading course and read War and Peace in 20 minutes. It involves Russia. So it is memorization. That means they have by hearted it many number of times. So quickly they say, I read War and Peace in 20 minutes. It involves Russia. The summary. So it is told by Woody Allen, US movie actor, comedian and director. Saying the book involved Russia, as Woody Allen did in this sentence, is not a demonstration of comprehension. He did not understand the entire book. That is what it means. It is a demonstration of memorization. So I told you, this is just by hearting the lines and just knowing some facts. Asking one to only recall facts demonstrates the lower level of assessing a reader's degree of comprehension. So by hearting, having information, facts, it is the lowest level of assessing reader's degree of comprehension. So if you ask somebody, what is the height of the Mount Everest? We have practiced it, 8,848 meters. So it is just the memorization of the fact. So that is not how you understand what Himalaya is. So therefore, comprehension is a learning process. Comprehension means you will keep on learning. It is the ability to understand and gain meaning from what has been read and being able to communicate this information to others. This is the reason for reading. Why you should read? This is the reason. When you read, you will get more information and also you will understand what the actual thing is. So therefore, memorizing and reading and understanding is completely different. Now, what are the strategies to go through this reading comprehension? Strategies that can help students to read more quickly and effectively include these things. Reviewing titles, section headings, and photo captions to get a scene of the structure and content of the reading selection. Predicting. First one is previewing. When you read, you'll preview all these things very quickly, headlines, subtitles, photos, everything. Predicting. Using knowledge of the subject matter to make predictions about content and vocabulary and check comprehension. Using knowledge of the text type and purpose to make predictions about discourse structure. Using knowledge about the author to make predictions about writing style, vocabulary and content. Next thing, one thing is previewing. Next thing is predicting. Oh, what is going to happen? You will understand this. Okay, such things will happen. And understanding the author will also help you what kind of a thing he or she writes and how the author thinks when he or she writes. Next one is skimming and scanning. Using a quick survey of the text to get the main idea, identify text structure, confirm or question predictions. Next one is guessing from the context, using prior knowledge of the subject and the ideas in the text as clues to meanings of unknown words instead of stopping to look at them. Now, guessing from the context, skimming and scanning. When you read the reading comprehension, what you people do is you read the paragraph, then you go to the questions, or you read the questions first, go back to the passage, you read it, then you will check again and again for each question. Here you should not do that. Once you read the section, you should remember all the points. Then when you look at the questions, you should directly answer them. That is what we are expecting students to do. But what is being done is this. They read questions many a times, go back to the passage again and again, look for answers. Then paraphrasing, stopping at the end of the section to check comprehension by restarting the information and ideas in the text. Remember, the more you read, the more your vocabulary will grow. So how does reading help you? If you read too much, if you read more and more, you will have good vocabulary and you can easily understand the context of the written passage. So what you should not do in reading comprehension is, do not overemphasize trivialities. What is trivial things? Which are unnecessary things, don't concentrate on those things. Do not memorize everything. Do not read the passage first. So first you should read the questions and understand. Do not overemphasize on vocabulary skills for reading comprehension. In vocabulary, don't go on finding more words there. You have to understand what is there in the passage. Do not spend time on arses that you cannot comprehend at first. So in the examination, do not read the passages which you feel bit hard to understand, bit tough to understand. So choose the easiest one first. That is how you are going to do it. Now read the following passage. There once lived a bird and her two babies in a forest. One day there was a big storm. The bird was killed when a heavy branch hit the nest. A strong wind blew one of them to the cave where a gang of robbers lived. The other ended outside a rishi's ashram. With the passage of time, the baby birds became big birds. One day the king of the country came near the cave following a deer. Suddenly, he heard a voice cry out to hurry up and rob him of jewels and his horse. The king looked up and saw a big brown bird and heard some noises coming from the cave. The king rode away as soon as he could. So, the story, now you have understand. There was one bird, it has two children. There was a storm, the mother died, two children, they were separated. One grew up with the robbers, the other grew up in the Rishi's ashram. Soon he came to the Rishi's ashram. He heard a gentle voice welcoming him to the ashram. The king was surprised to see a big brown bird on the tree, like the other bird outside the cave. Just then the Rishi entered the ashram. He requested the king to come inside and share his food. The king told Rishi that the two similar birds behaved differently. The holy man smiled and said, after all, one is known by the company one keeps. The bird living in the company of robbers behaved like them. The other welcomed the people. So what is the gist of this? So once you read this passage, you get to know there is a story, there is a message. So we become what we accompany with. Now, see, these are the questions. Now we know the story. We can directly answer all these questions. What happened when the storm hit? The mother died, the birds were separated. Where did the two birds land? One with the robbers, one with the rishi. Who came following the deer? The king. What did the bird cry out to the king? So which bird are we talking about? So here there are two birds, but one was the cry, come on, rob. The king has arrived, rob his jewels and our hearts. So that is the cry. So they are talking about the first bird. What did the king hear when he came to the Rishi's ashram? A sweet voice that welcomed king. Why was the king surprised? He saw this. He thought that the similar birds, but they behaved differently. That is what surprised the king. What made the two birds different from each other? Their company. One grew up with the robbers. It learned their way of life. The Rishis, it learned Rishi's way of life. What did the king tell? The king told the same thing. What did holy man tell king of the behavior of the two birds? Yes, the behavior. How does our behavior work? Our behavior work with our environment, how we are with the people. Which one of the following sums up the story best? A bird in hand is worth two in bush? No. One is known by the company one he keeps? Yes. A friend in need is friend indeed. So the answer is this one. So this is how you answer the questions. So this is about reading comprehension. So once you read the passage, you'll understand it. So keep all the information in mind, then go to the questions, answer it directly without looking at the passage. Reading comprehension helps us to improve our vocabulary and also our comprehending capacities. It increases our skill. So with this, we shall meet in the next class. Thank you.